city falls into the darkness of the night. The air is still, but someone is in motion, someone bad, someone evil. They steal from the innocent, they come for the poor, the helpless. They come for people who can't protect themselves. And when the city cries out for help, there is only one to answer. Our hero got the skills, the gadgets, and the determination. No evil shall escape this vigilante's sight. The innocents shall have justice, and that hero is Saint Tail.
There are many new mahou shoujo animes in recent years, and many of them follow the path of deconstructing the subgenre. They're totally interesting shows with values of their own, and I like them a lot. But there was a time mahou shoujo shows were about love, friendships, and an innocent sense of justice from the young girls who fight evil for a brighter tomorrow. And there was a show that surely is not talked about enough. A hidden gem of the old animes of the past. It's Kaitou Saint Tail. Based on the manga with the same name, it's produced by Studio TSM, which is known for its cute, sweet, and friendly anime. The anime follows the story of a young girl named Meimi Hanioka and her adventures. By the day, she's just a regular middle school girl, but when the night comes, she becomes the beautiful, elegant, uncapturable, vigilant Saint Tail. With her skills and gadgets, she steals items from the thieves, the criminals, and gives back to the owners. She's always on the run from her classmate, Daiki Asuka Jr., the son of a famous detective, who's determined to capture the mysterious thief herself. Their stories are sweet, cute, and full of innocent emotions from a bygone age we once had as kids. Maybe this anime once could have been your favorite, or even your first show ever, but forgotten in time. So let's venture back to the past and discover the amazing story of Kaitou Saint Tail. The main theme of the show is love. The love of the main characters, the love of the people to their important belongings which are stolen, and the twisted love becoming jealousy, envy, or even evil intent of the villains. It echoes through 43 episodes of the anime, which have the same structure for the most part. First, some troubled folks will come to the church to confess, ask for help with their stolen items. Sometimes it's just a simple wish, like seeing their loved ones. Then Meimi would transform into Saint Tail to steal the item back. But before that, she left a challenge note to her classmate, Daiki Asuka, to come and try to capture her. The message can be made into many things, from a note hung to a balloon, to Asuka's lunchbox, his towel, and even the clouds in the sky.
Saint Tail!
And then, after an intense face-off, Saint Tail escapes, sometimes barely and almost caught, and she returns the stolen item to its owner. That item can vary from as small as an expensive jewel or a harmonica or something as big as a tree. Throughout the episode, cute and lovely moments are sprinkled around, and the way the characters interact with each other is both cliché and adorable at the same time. Speaking of characters, let's talk about them. Starting with our main girl, Meimi Hanioka, aka Saint Tail. Meimi is a 14-year-old Catholic girl from St. Paulia Private School. And how does she get this amazing transforming crime-fighting magical power, you may ask? Quite a surprise, she does not have any kind of magical power. Weird, I know, right? A magical girl without magic? Well, not entirely. She used stage magic and theatrics alongside a variety of gadgets and superb acrobatic skills. Kinda like Batman, but with paper fireworks and balloons. Seriously, she might be an excellent Robin if she's an orphan living in Gotham City. Just look at what she does. She also has many gadgets that can make Batman curious and willing to pay her to get one of them. From normal throwing cards used for offensive purpose, to lock-breaking rolls and card, smoke bombs, an EMP device to disable lights, hypnotizing balloons, cherry blossom with sleeping gas, a Spider-Man-like web shooter harpoon grapple gun, a Metal Gear Solid 5 style extracting parachute, and a hologram projector. Aside from her superb arsenal of gadgets, she also has talents in magic tricks. I mean, check out this super fancy transformation. Amazing.
Amazing!
Basically, her magic can do whatever the plot needs her to do, which is quite overpowered. From summoning dolls, balloons, bubbles, or cards, she can even switch herself with a decoy in a blink of an eye. And when you hear her catchphrase, oh boy.
It's about to get heavy!
Furthermore, she has impressive athletic and acrobatic skills. My girl totally never skips leg days and cardio. Mamie believes she's an agent of God to do good deeds and help people. She even claims, as long as the Lord is with me, Saint Tail can do anything. With all those skills and gadgets, you must be thinking, who could stand a chance of stopping or capturing her? And this boy is the answer. Our boy Asuka Jr. is a detective in training. The son of a capable officer, he is appointed by the mayor of Seika City himself to catch Saint Tail. And when he says he wants to catch her, he means it. But boy, when he fails to capture her, which happens quite a lot, does he scream her name a lot more.
Saint Tail だ Saint Tail! Saint Tail! Saint Tail! どこだ怪盗 Saint Tail!
He's almost obsessed with catching her.
くそー
At least Asuka Jr. shows some detective skills early in the anime. He has a sharp mind, lands top grades at school, always thinking ahead of Saint Tail. Unfortunately, he does not know what kind of magic trick she's gonna unleash on him. The young detective can cook, knows how to dress up properly, and is quite a handsome boy. But his attitude is why he's not popular among most girls.
やだね女と食うとおかずとっかえなきゃならねえんだもん
Asuka is a kind and honest boy, but he's so dense in relationship stuff that at the point he realized his own emotion for the girl of his dreams, the anime is about to end. At first, his only goal is to catch the mysterious thief Saint Tail, but as the show goes on, his emotion and goals have made him confused. Maybe the things he wants is not a thing he needs. The young detective ends up saving Saint Tail more times than he can count. He can't think of anything else until he catches her. He also protects her identity from other detectives. It seems he takes pride in what he's doing, or maybe he wants to be the one to unmask the vigilante. Asuka Jr. thinks about chasing and catching Saint Tail. It's like a never-ending dream. He wants to capture her, of course. But that will be the end of all this. No more excitement each time he opens a challenge note. No more intense battle wit and mind with each other. No more gazing up at the moon as she escapes. And the young detective has a conflict inside his heart. At a later point of the anime, Asuka even outright says Saint Tail is his dream girl, and that somehow maybe has the same kind of aura that resembles the thief, but still does not recognize her. Can it be honest with his emotion? Can it resolve the conflict, both internal and external? Will we finally be able to say what he needs to say and reach the treasure under the rainbow? You, my friends, you need to watch the anime to find out. Apart from our two main characters, there are some interesting side ones as well. First, we have Sister Sarah Mimori, a young nun in training at the church inside the school. She's also Mamie's best friend in the class. Let's say she's like Alfred to Mamie.
Everyone, this is Alfred. I work for him.
She does all sorts of things to support Saint Tail in her work. Receive info about the case, assist Mamie with her work, cover up for her if needed, and even give her relationship advice. Both she and Mamie are devout Catholics. They pray before every mission. Even Saint Tail's catchphrase before transformation is a little prayer, and confession is translated roughly as, "Oh Lord, forgive me, for I use no trick or gimmicks." Mamie's parents are an interesting couple. Her father is a magician, and the mother used to be a thief with the name Kaitou Lucifer. They met when her father saved her from the failed heist years ago. Mamie inherits both their talents, which help her a lot in the work of Saint Tail. There are some other characters as well who play the role of temporary rival or comic relief, which are not significant, so I think I can skip them. At the end of the anime, there is a mother and a daughter who are both thieves, who are the final boss type of character. But they are only in for 3 episodes and they just left after the climax of the show, which is kind of underwhelming. Okay, moving on. Let's talk more about the show and why maybe it's worth a place on your watch list. Let's be honest, Kaitou Saint Tail is first a love story. The highest aspect of it is less important. The anime barely explains anything more to us about how Saint Tail is able to do such crazy stunts, but that does not matter much. What makes the show so good was the interaction between our two main characters, Asuka Jr. and Mamie. There is something pure, a sense of innocence about their relationship. The way they talk to each other, the times their hands touch, or when they're forced to work together, it all radiates a cute and pure emotion that somehow we lost when growing up. It's like when you had a crush in middle school. Everything was fuzzy, beautiful, and sometimes confusing. Asuka and Mamie are on opposite sides, but it seems like they're enjoying a dance with each other. The sneaky talented thief and the straightforward detective are both eager for their next encounter. From here, we have a funny situation. Asuka's heart is stolen by the mysterious thief Saint Tail, and Mamie finds herself falling for Asuka. And despite his rough attitude, there's still some girls interested in him. So Mamie has to deal with both her alternate persona and the jealousy from other rivals as well. The funny thing is, Asuka doesn't realize the girl sitting in the same classroom with him every day is the same girl that he chases after every night. And this cluelessness makes Mamie sometimes frustrated, but their little quarrels make it even cuter. It's like watching classic Lois and Clark / Superman all over again. And both of them have their own clear solid goal, a strong purpose. For Mamie, it's doing the Lord's work, helping the weak with a sense of justice, to protect with love and compassion.
We can't expect God to do all the work.
And Asuka? He first deems the act of stealing is a crime against God, and therefore he vows to capture Saint Tail. They sometimes struggle with their goal, either to reach it or to wonder if what they've been doing is right or wrong, and what they truly want to do or why they do it, or even if they've already developed a stronger feeling for their rival. It sounds like storytelling 101, but trust me, many modern media lack the basic without even knowing it. The charm of the show also comes from its light-hearted, warm, and sweet atmosphere. You can sense that despite their differences, the two main characters are good kids with kind hearts. From case to case, Asuka knows Saint Tail is helping people to get their lost or stolen items back, so he rarely cares for them. What he's after is only the thief herself. For Mamie, even if the mission may affect her negatively, making her choose between personal matters and others, she always prioritizes the mission and the people who need desperate help from the Lord and her. With the side characters, sometimes they are a little problematic. They are still kids with good intent. The stakes in most episodes are fairly low. You can sense the danger, but it's not to the point where it makes you worry about the characters' well-being too much. You may find yourself focusing on how will Saint Tail escape this, or will Asuka finally see her face. The bad guys are never fatally harmed. The innocent get their beloved belonging back, and the wrongdoers can redeem themselves. The backstory behind some cases is heartwarming. People want to redeem their crimes. Some old lady wants to meet her long-lost lover, or some orphan children want to see a beautiful comet. But even with all the light-hearted tone of the show, it still has some more serious moments. The reasons behind the stolen items vary, from pride, envy, greed, to wrath, which are all deadly sins. There are deeper, more concerning layers under some crimes. Either it's about some low-life thugs who kill for money, or some corrupted politician and their plans to gain more power. You know what? In the same episode where the old lady wants to meet her lover, there is a mafia organization trafficking animals behind the cover of a luxury restaurant. Sometimes the situation makes us worry about Mamie and Asuka, because some of the bad guys are ready to take out anyone on their way, even children.
そろそろ警察もマークしてる。
Wait a minute, I know that voice.
真の勝利者とは天国を見た者のことだ。
Another thing really cool about the show is its music.
Bullshit.
No, really. Listen to this. The main theme of the anime is, according to many fans, is a rearrangement of the song Misty, a fantastic piece from the famous Ella Fitzgerald. I don't know if it's true or not, but I still love the music from this anime. The soundtracks of the anime are composed by Hayato Matsuo, who has worked in many famous shows like JoJo Part 1, Drifters, Captain Tsubasa 2018, Hellsing Ultimate, and Keijo. It invokes a sense of mystery, of love. It's full of energy at some point and smooths down extremely well at others. You can feel the theme of the show through the music itself, a sweet and warm melody of innocent love, a long call to the past we all once had, the memories of our first emotion for someone. It sounds truly magical. Other tracks fit perfectly with the situation they're used in. Suspense, intense, joyful, sad, cool, mysterious, full of drama and peaceful. Hayato Matsuo has created a super simple, compact, straightforward yet immensely immersive and memorable collection of incredible music. In fact, all background music of this video is from Kaito's Saint Tail. It's available on YouTube with full tune volumes. You guys can check them out if you like. And don't forget the first opening song as well. It feels like my brain has been imprinted with this melody since the first time I watched it back in 2002. A joyful pop song about love from the 90s of Japan may be the best thing ever. Just look at the revival of city pop and Japanese music from the 80s and 90s. So yeah, I just love the show's music very much. This show holds a special place in my heart because it is the first anime I've ever watched. and I can say it's the anime that turned me into a weeb. I still remember every time when school was over, I ran back home so fast just to catch the intro of the show. I watched it all the way up to episode 41, and you know what? The local TV at the time stopped airing the show altogether. I was angry, sad, and frustrated at the same time, yet I had no way to watch it back in the day. It was only a few years back when I finally knew the ending of the anime, and the feeling was sensational. It makes me love the 2D world, introducing me to a wild and bizarre world of stories, characters, and iconic moments. My love for anime may go up and down from time to time, but it is still a large part of my entertainment time. The show also gave me an early ideas of good and evil, an early sense of justice, responsibilities, and kindness. Sometimes people deserve a second chance, and there are choices you have to make, and the importance of balancing your life. After rediscovering the anime, I remember the time when I was a kid. When we were kids, things were simple. The world was full of surprise, and we were so eager to dig in. Innocence truly is a blessing. When it comes to writing strong female characters, Japanese writers always amaze me. Well, most of the time. They somehow manage to create authentic, natural, and feminine characters, yet still make them take all the spotlight. And like many other mahou shoujo animes, Kaitou Saint Tail is a celebration of femininity. Saint Tail's powers, costumes, skills, and gadgets, and the motives are all very feminine. The main reason why she fights is to help people comes from her own sense of justice, from her compassion, love, and sympathy, which are all traits mostly associated with women and girls. According to the famous American anthropologist, human behavior researcher Helen Fisher, many of those traits, like being sympathetic, having a wonderful imagination, being friendly and kind to people, trusting people, easy to show emotions, altruistic, all have a strong tie to estrogen, the female hormone.
High estrogen people, and this is men as well as women, many more women in that category. They tend to see the big picture, they think long term, they're very imaginative, very good at reading posture, gesture, tone of voice.
As you can see, both men and women have those traits to a certain degree, but the vast majority of women have those traits, while in men it's much less common. And in this anime, most of the girls have those traits as well. They show them with pride and no shame, because the author knows femininity is not weakness, unlike how the creators in the West see it.
The suit is literal perfection.
It will be, when it fits a woman.
Mamie does not have to be like a boy in order to be a hero. Her mannerism, her styles, her ways to approach a problem are all feminine and girly, and yet it's convincing and effective. You take a look at her weapons, her gadgets, her movement, her methods, her attitude toward people. It creates a clear image in your head about a hero, and the hero happens to be a girl, a feminine girl. She doesn't need strong attacks, a brash attitude, or an aggressive method to be considered a hero. Saint Tail is empowered by being herself, a feminine girl, not like being a boy, being not her. Mamie also has her own struggle, her own flaws and difficulties that she has to overcome. She's not an all-perfect being with the power to avoid everything. She's bad at math, gets hurt, gets tricked, gets almost captured, messed up, has to make decisions which can affect her personal life to help others. Unfortunately for her, she does not have the chi to be a super soldier or the force to bypass the compressor.
I bypassed the compressor.
She has to improve, learn new magic tricks, create new gadgets, and get creative every time on a mission. There's a moment I love so much about Mamie and her determination. Near the end of the anime, Mamie faces off with the biggest villain of the story. She's outnumbered, outmatched, outskilled, and losing. When the final boss asks her to join the thief's cause, to roam the world and take everything they want. You know what her answer is? She used the word hoseki to call Asuka, which means precious or jewelry. She fights for her love because, as Keanu Reeves says,
I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover.
I don't know, no, because if you're a lover, you got to be a fighter.
How so?
Because if you don't fight for your love, what kind of love do you have? No, I'm kidding.
Talking about this will take a lot more to explore. Maybe I will make a video soon about this topic. To wrap it up, Mamie does not have to be like a boy to do amazing things. She does it as a girl. And to me, that's what true empowerment looks like. So, does this show have anything not as good as the rest? Yes, it does. It gets repetitive in some episodes when you can skip them without missing out on too much. The final boss is underwhelming. The fact that they just left after witnessing a love confession scene of two middle school students does not help at all. They replaced the intro song for episode 25, which is clearly inferior to the previous one in my opinion. Overall, Saint Tail is a solid package. It has sweet romantic scenes, cool action, a heartwarming atmosphere which can ease your mind after a long day. It surely is a sparkling memory of my ordinary childhood. Had I not watched the show, maybe I would have never got interested in anime. I would not have joined any fandom at all, and maybe I may have not met many of my friends. Even today, before any competition or hard challenge I need to focus and complete, I subconsciously use the phrase, "It's showtime." Somehow it gives me a smile and the energy to do what needs to be done. Kaitou Saint Tail will forever be my first anime, the door to a bizarre yet beautiful world and a cozy place where I can return when I need to refresh. Somehow, watching this show gives me a sense of hope. A hope in this ever-changing crazy world, just like Superman says,
Even in the darkest times, hope cuts through.
Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, my friends.